I would like to again establish for our viewers what our channel view has been, that Reserve Bank of India has acted in public interest to safeguard public interest when it comes to Paytm. The framework was compromised and Reserve Bank of India had no choice but to impose restrictions. Governor, that's 1 month old. After that, has Paytm taken corrective action? Have they earned the out-of-jail card? Could there be a review to that decision?
No, I don't want to comment on a specific entity. It will not be proper now for me to comment on a specific entity because we have, there is correspondence going on between RBI and the regulated entity. In this case, it is the Paytm which you have mentioned. So specifics of where it stands, I would not like to mention. But since you mentioned Paytm, can I sort of slightly expand the scope of my reply and bring in a few things which I think perhaps, there will be interest among your viewers. First point I want to say is that the Reserve Bank's action is against a regulated entity. In this case, the regulated entity is a payment bank. The Reserve Bank's action is not against any fintech company. I fail to understand, I do not see any reason why a narrative is, building up or was built up as if Reserve Bank has taken some measures against fintech companies. We have not taken any action against any fintech companies. Fintech companies are not regulated by the Reserve Bank unless they are NBFC lenders. If they are NBFC lenders, yes, they are regulated by us. In this case, the action is against a payment bank. Now, you may say that I am being defensive and all that. It's not being defensive at all. But I think I see this kind of narrative in certain sections of the media. But I think the financial sector players, they understand the situation very well. But for the understanding of the wider cross-section of your viewers, so therefore we have done nothing so far as fintechs are concerned. Fintechs are free to grow. We are supporting fintech companies. We have set up an innovation hub. We have formed a fintech department. We have a regulatory sandbox. We are going towards forming a SRO, a self-regulatory organization for fintechs. So RBI is and remains fully supportive of fintechs. I'm saying this only to sort of give a message of, to sort of instill a sense of clarity in the minds of the people and on the fintech players. The RBI is all for fintech to grow. So far as RBI's regulated entities are concerned, fintechs provide a third-party service. So as a third-party service provider, so far as we are concerned, it is we fix the responsibility on the bank or the NBFC which is utilizing the services of fintech to follow the rules of the game. And so that is one point which I wanted to clarify. And financial sector, when you come to a regulated environment is a regulated environment. There are regulations, there are rules of the game, and you have to follow the rules of the game. If you want to drive a new fashionable car on the road, you have to follow the traffic rules. You cannot say that, I am the owner of a new car and I don't, traffic rules don't apply to us. Traffic rules are for everybody. And why are traffic rules put in place? Because there are children crossing the road, there are elderly people using the road, there are two-wheelers on the road, there are cars of various speeds on the road. So therefore, it is the responsibility of the traffic police to ensure that there are no accidents. So Reserve Bank is similarly placed as a regulator which is entrusted with the responsibility of regulating large part of the financial sector. Our endeavor is to ensure, to the best of our ability, our endeavor is to ensure that there are no major accidents. Accidents can still happen, but our endeavor is to ensure that there are no major accidents. Therefore, we have now deepened our supervision to the extent that we are able to sort of anticipate problems and risk build-up. All our actions are determined with the objective of maintaining financial stability, protecting customers' interest, protecting depositors' interest, and wherever we see a risk building up, we have to necessarily take action in the overall public interest. So this is the overall background for all the regulatory actions which the Reserve Bank has taken in the, not only in the case of the Paytm, but in the case of a few other regulated entities. Whenever we take action, it is mainly, you have to see from where we are coming.
But just a point on public awareness.
Sorry for that very long
answer. No, sir. Thank you for clarification. Just a follow-up question for public awareness. Are you likely to extend the deadline of 15 March for Paytm wallet just because of the kind of accounts and the pure size it has?
You see, initially when we gave a time of about a month, 31st January we issued these orders, and we gave time up to end of February, which were 29th February. So we had made an assessment, and we, our understanding was that it will take about 30 days, for the whole thing to stabilize. Then we issued a FAQ, as I mentioned in the Monetary Policy Day. We issued an FAQ, I think sometime around 16th, in the middle of February. So therefore, we thought, since the FAQ is being issued in the middle of February, giving clarity on a number of issues, number of questions which we had received, so we thought it is again appropriate to give one more month of time. In our assessment, the time given up to 15th February is sufficient.
15th March.
Sorry, 15th March, I'm sorry. Up to 15th March is sufficient because, you see, if you take into account the total number of, users of the Paytm, you are referring to the Paytm
wallet.
payment,
Yes.
The wallet,
Yes.
the payment app.
Yes.
Now, each payment app or wallet is linked to a bank account. Every, payment app, whether you are, Paytm app or any other app, or the wallet is linked to a bank account. So far as Paytm is concerned, large part of their, large part of the users of the Paytm payment app, almost to the extent of about 80 to 85%, they are linked to other banks along with Paytm Bank or to entirely different banks. So therefore, about 80 to 85% of the customers who are using the Paytm payment app will not be impacted at all, because their app is also linked to another bank account of theirs. So therefore, their payments can go on in a non-disruptive manner. The challenge is with regard to those 15 or 20% of the users who have linkage only with a bank account in the Paytm payment bank. There we have advised the company, that is the Paytm payment bank has been advised to sort of shift these customers to other banks. Other banks are also proactively onboarding customers, and NPCI has also been sort of working closely with the various banks. So customers are now sort of who are exclusively dependent on payment bank, 15 to 20% of the customers, they are getting onboarded to other banks. So therefore, I don't foresee a problem beyond 15th March. And through your channel, I would like to, सबको मैं आप हिंदी में भी बोल देता हूँ, I would like to appeal to everybody, मैं सबको, सब users को ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि 15 मार्च से पहले आप दूसरे कोई बैंक में आपका जो Paytm ऐप है उसको लिंक कर लीजिए. If you have a payment app, Paytm payment app linked to only Paytm payment bank, please link it to another bank account of yours in some other bank, so that आपका जो Paytm payment bank है, Paytm payment app है, वो non-disruptively आप उसको use कर सकते हैं.
But when do you think NPCI will take a decision on Paytm license?
I can't say that. I mean, NPCI, I know the process. NPCI has to do its internal due diligence. So far as RBI is concerned, we have advised that we have informed them that we have no objection if NPCI considers, the Paytm payment app to continue, because our action was against the Paytm payment bank. The app is not, it's with the NPCI. So our action was against the payment bank. NPCI will take a call. I would presume they will take a call. I think they should be taking a call shortly.